Okay, good morning once again, everyone. I hope I have given you one or two example to solve whether the given function, that is y of x is equal to some function, is given to us, and we have to verify whether that function is the solution of our given integral equation. I How many of you solved it, and whether you got the result? Hmm. I hope you have solved because no one is answering this. So let us go for the next one. If you are having, ask afterwards for finding whether the given function is a solution or not. Okay. Now for the next one, the things we are going to study is converting in initial value problem into a Volterra equation. Okay. Method of converting initial value problem to Volterra integral equation. Now, what do you mean by initial value problem? Then only we can understand what is method, right? So, what is Volterra integral equation? The upper limit should be variable. Okay, what is the general type for that is g of x into y of x is equals to capital F of x, and if f of x is 0, then we say that it is homogeneous. So here it is integration a to x, so upper limit is variable, then we say that it is Volterra integral equation. So this is what a general form. In that case, we have different values of g of x, right? So first, I should ask you, what do you mean by IVP or initial value problem? In the paper of differential equation, you have studied what is IVP, and I hope you have found the existence and uniqueness theorems for that, right? Whenever you are going to have a initial value problem, that is a unique answer you are going to get. Okay, even I have shown you a geometric interpretation for that. If you
Yes,
are doing,
ma'am.
so can anyone define what is initial value problem?
Ma'am, certain conditions are given and initial value is given.
By certain conditions are given, that means we should have some specific definition, no? Just like suppose you are giving for second order, that is y double dash plus say a1 y dash plus a2 y is equals to some, suppose if it is equals to 0. So this type of a differential equation if we have, then what is called initial value problem? Then suppose we have y of say x naught is equals to alpha, and next y dash of say x naught is equals to some another term beta. So if these condition exist, or in another way we can say the conditions are given in such a way that we can find out the values of constant term. Suppose we have any differential equation, So after solving that differential equation, we get it is in the form of y is equal to cf plus pi, or if we are going to solve by using our e raised to method, that is we'll get some like c1 e raised to x plus c1 e raised to r1x, c2 e raised to r2x. If r1, r2 are two different roots. So at that time, if you want to find out the values of those constant terms c1 and c2, so at that time we can use this initial conditions to find out the values of those constant term, right? And initially I have told you that whenever you are going to solve any differential equation, so what do you mean by differential equations solution? Okay, whenever you are going to have a solution that is in the form of c1 e raised to say r1x plus c2 e raised to r2x. Okay, so for different values of c1 and c2, we can get a different curve. As r1, r2, I haven't specified. Suppose if you go to solve any particular equation, say suppose we get the root as 1 and minus 1. So e raised to x and e raised to minus x will be the nature. Correct. So if you are going to have a different values of c1 and c2, so every time we are getting a different curve. Suppose collection of all those curve we are going to have. Suppose we can rename this as some space. Okay, for this space, this is called a solution space. So in this solution space, what we have actually for different values of c1 and c2, we get a different curve, right? I hope you understood about this one. We have studied in one theorem. Say here it is e raised to r x minus x naught into norm of phi of x naught, which is less than equal to norm of which is less than equal to norm of phi of x naught into e raised to r e raised to x minus x naught or r into x minus. I actually don't remember exactly what is it. So this type of a theorem we have studied in the differential equation. What do you mean by this equation? This x naught is a term or particular value from your interval is given. What is x naught? X naught belongs to your, suppose it is a closed interval AB. So at some particular point, we are going to find out the values of your function phi. What is phi? Phi is a solution of your given differential equation. Okay. So this is what we are going to find out, that your solution phi lies in these region. Okay. What are these regions? No doubt phi of x naught will be one constant term because phi is its solution. If x naught is any term from closed interval AB, that is if any it is any point from this closed interval AB, that will be some constant number. So this will the solution phi will be lying in this region. I hope you remember we have written this e raised to mod of x minus x naught, and here it is e
Yes,
raised to
theta, ma'am.
uh, yes.
Minus theta and plus theta is used.
No, actually it is x minus x naught. No, here are some r times. Exactly not remembering, but I exactly know that this is somewhere x minus x naught, because here x naught is a term we are keeping here. No, x naught is a one point in the interval. So with the help of that, we found that the solution will lie in this region. Okay, whatever the differential equation you are solving, this solution will lie in this two region. So what do you mean by having a solution of any differential equation? That means for different values of c1 and c2, we can have a different curve. Okay, and then suppose this is a solution space in which we have a different curve for this particular differential equation. And what do you mean by initial value problem? That means out of all those curve, we are going to select one curve which satisfy these conditions. Okay, that means to find out the values of C1 and C2, when you are going to use this condition, obviously you are getting one curve only, right? And if suppose I have told you to take any value of C1 and C2, so every student will have different values of C1 and C2, and then we can get a mini curve, right? Rather, infinitely many curve we can get if we are going to choose the different values of C1 and C2. But if suppose I told you that these conditions you have to use, so at that time, everyone will get the same curve. Okay. So everyone will get the same curve ensures that you are having a unique solution. That is what you have proved in your differential equation existence and uniqueness theorem for initial value problem. First, we should show the existence of initial value problem. That means always for any differential equation, we can have an initial value problem, and then we have proved the uniqueness. Okay, so every student will have the same curve, and hence, what do you mean by initial value problem? Geometrically, out of all those curves, we are going to select one curve which satisfy those initial conditions. Okay, and that will be always unique. So that is what an initial value problem. That means any differential equation is given with some conditions. So what are the conditions we have? I dash of say that means actually if you are going to have a definition, so value of dependent variable is provided at a only single value of a independent variable. Okay, so here what is dependent variable? Y. Single value of independent variable means what? Here x naught is given, here is also x naught is given. Okay. Sometime if you come across the things to solve the problem, so at that time we may have y of 0 is equal to 0, say y of 1 is equal to minus 1. So at that time we have different values of the in these independent variable x. Okay, so these type of a problem is called a boundary value problem. Boundary and initial, it doesn't mean that they goes on boundary and initial. It means that simply these can values are provided at single independent variable, and if it is provided at a two different values of a independent variable. Okay, value of dependent variable is provided at two different values of a independent variable, then it is called a boundary value problem. And initial value problem means value of a dependent variable is provided at a same value of a independent variable, and hence we can say it is what a initial value problem. Okay, is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
If not, let us go to solve this differential equation. Consider the second order differential equation. Let me write down that differential equation. Say y double dash of x plus capital A1 of x, y dash of x plus A2 of x, y of x is equals to f of x, which is what equation 1. So this is what our differential equation provided to us. And what are the initial conditions we have? It is y of a is equals to some a naught, and say y dash of a is equals to some a1. This is what is our second equation. Okay. So actually now in this case, that is this will be a method, right? Initially I told you that this in this paper we are going to solve only method and example. Okay. So here we will start with the method and then we'll go for the examples in the next lecture, right? That means in the at like the lecture at 12. Okay. So here we have I double dash plus a1x y dash of x plus a2 of x y of x is equals to some function f of x. So this is about a general differential equation which is of second order, and some initial conditions are also given to us. As we can see here, the value of dependent variable is given at a single value of a independent variable. Y is a dependent, x is independent, value of x is a, and for same value of a we are provided with the values of dependent variable. Okay, so now we are going to see the method that how to solve this differential equation by using integration method. Okay, in this method what we will do, we will convert this initial value problem to Volterra integral equation. Okay, this initial value problem we are going to convert to Volterra integral equation. Okay, so let us start with the proof, or we can say it is a solution. So for that, what is a method actually? We have to find out y double dash of x is equals to, say, phi of x. Y double dash x is equals to phi of x. Or in another way, you can directly integrate this equation by using this condition also. Okay, that is also one method. If you go for your recommended books and all, and if you come for university, you can go for many of the books are available in our main library. You can take up books from there, and you can have the some different methods are also given to convert initial value problem to Volterra integral equation. To avoid the confusion, what should be right in the examination? So I will follow only one method, how to convert IVP to Volterra, right? Some another methods are also available in your reference books. That means they are directly going to integrate and they will find out what are the initial condition. After putting, they will get the result. Okay, to avoid the confusion, what should be right in the examination, which method should be followed. So that's why I will use one method, that is we have to convert IVB to Volterra. For that, what we will use the condition, say y double dash of x will be some function in x, right? So y double dash of x will be some function in x, that we will have y double dash is equal to phi of x. Okay. So now what we have to do, integrating the equation number 3 with respect to x under the limit a to x. Okay. So we will integrate the equation number 3, right? Equation 3 with respect to x, as if you are going to integrate with respect to x within the limits a to x. So at that time we should use, instead of having x, we can use y double dash of t. So while integrating, we have to integrate within the limits a to x. So this will be y double dash of t dt is equals to, sorry, we are going, we can have integration with respect to t within the limits, say a to x, y of t dt is equals to integration this phi of t dt, correct, within the limits, say a to x. Now can anyone tell me what will be the integration? Assuming that this t and x are similar, rather we can say these are parameter, or which we can change at any stage of integration. So what do you mean by y double dash of t? It is nothing but your d2y by dt2, right? So y double dash of t means d2y by dt2. So if you are going to integrate with respect to t, so what will be the resultant of this term?
It is y of t with the initial value.
y डबल डैश है ना, सो आप सिर्फ एक ही बार इंटीग्रेशन ले रहे हो, सो क्या होगा?
Y dash of t.
हाँ, y dash of t within the limit say a to x is equals to, as you don't know what is phi of t, we can keep it as it is, because if you don't know a function, we cannot evaluate the value, right? So now we are provided with the y dash of a. Okay, so here let us use the conditions. After this step, what we can put now, y dash of x minus y dash of a is equals to integration a to x phi of t dt. So what is the value of y dash of a provided to us from second equation is, the value is a1. So hence we can write this y dash of x is equals to, as this is a minus sign, we can keep it here, and value of y dash of a is a1 plus this, keep as it is, integration a to x phi of t dt. Okay. So now this is what equation number 4 we have obtained, right? If you see here, whatever the equations we are naming, this equation 3 we will again put back in our equation 1. So here we have a value of y double dash is nothing but your equation 3. Value of y dash we have obtained, that is nothing but your equation 4, right? And next we have to find out the value of a y, and after finding value of y, we will put all those equations in equation 1, and then we'll find out the solution. Okay, any doubt up to this?
No, ma'am.
Let us go for the next stage. What we will do now, again we are going to integrate this equation, so that after integration of this term, it will be simply y, right? After integration, one more integration, it will be simply y. So again we'll write the same statement whenever you're going to appear for the physical examination. So at that time you have to write down every statement, don't write directly, and you should rename the equations also, so that you can understand which equations you are going to use. Okay. So let us now write down integrating the above equation with respect to t within the limits a to x. So after integrating the above equation within the limits a to x, it will be of the form, say integration a to x. So it will be y dash of t dt is equals to integration of this constant term. We can keep constant term outside, integration dt plus integration 2 times a to x phi of t dt. Or you may write integration one time, and here you can write dt raised to 2, just like our derivative. d2y by dx2, that we say that it is second order. So here also we can have the n times integration or dt raised to 2. It means that that is 2 times integration. Okay, now what will be the integration of this term? After integrating y dash, what do you mean by y dash? It is nothing but dy by dt. So integration derivative with respect to same term t. So hence we can have the resultant of this will be simply y of t within the limit say a to x, which is equals to a1. Now integration of dt will be simply t, correct? So which is within the limits a to x plus which formula you are going to use here?
I'm Lebanese rule.
That is what we have studied in the last lecture, na? Converting multiple integration to single integrate. After Leibniz rule, we have seen that theorem, na? Converting multiple integration to single integration. That means if you have n times integration, y of t dt is equals to what we have obtained it actually it is x minus t raised to n minus 1 divided by n minus 1 factorial y of t dt within the limit say a to x. So this formula we are going to use. So instead of having y of t, we have phi of t. Integration of this term n times, which is equals to, we can write integration a to x, x minus t raised to n minus 1 factorial y of t dt. This formula we have derived in the last lecture after the Leibniz rule for differentiation under the integration sign. Okay. Mm. So now we are going to use that formula as instead of having n integration, we have only 2. So what is the value of n here? It is 2. So what will be the resultant here? 2 minus 1 will be 1. Okay, x minus t raised to 1. And here 2 minus 1 that is 1. 1 factorial means again it will be 1. Okay, so here I can write it is a to x by using multiple conversion of a multiple integral to single integral. We can write it is x minus t y of t instead of y of t it is now phi of t dt here. Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if not, let us go for let us put up the limits of this will be y of x minus y of a. Okay, now already we are put it with value of y of a. What is the value of y of a is a naught from our equation 2. Equation 2 give us initial condition, so we can have value of y of a is nothing but a naught. So let me write down the value of y of a in the next step. So here it is a1 and here I can write it is x minus a plus integration a to x, x minus t phi of t dt. So now I can write this equation as y of x is equals to value of y of e is nothing but a naught plus this term I will write a1 into x minus a plus next term a to x integration x minus t phi of t dt. So here what is our next equation is equation 5. Okay. So here we have found the value of y of x. So you can see this is our equation 5 and equation 4 and equation 3. So combining all these three equations, we have to put it in a equation 1. We have value of y double dash. Y dash we have already found with the help of y double dash by integration. After integration of y dash, we have found the value of a y. So combining all those values, we have to put it in equation and we have to solve. Right. Now let us write down substituting equation 3, 4, 5 in equation 1 and we have to solve. Okay. So for that, let me write down what is the value of y double dash is phi of x. What we have next term is a1 of x into y dash. What is the value of y dash we have obtained is It is nothing but a1 plus integration a to x phi of t dt. Correct? This is what our equation 4. A1 plus integration a to x phi of t dt. Right? Plus next term. What is the next term provided to us? A to x into integration of next term we have to write down. No, this is equation 4. After integration of equation 4, we have to write down the value of y of x. So what is our equation 5? We will write down this as a naught plus a1 x minus a plus integration a to x x minus t I of t dt, which is equals to what was the function given to us is some
f of
function
x.
f of x. Correct. Now, now we have to rearrange the term, or we have to solve in such a way that we can get some compact form for this equation, right? So what we will do first, we will write down this equation in the form of phi of x is equal to. Okay. So what is phi of x? Phi of x we have assumed to be y double dash, which is nothing but your phi. So if you are going to have a value of phi, which means that you can get a solution, right? Phi is nothing but your solution of our equation. So if you get a y double dash, obviously you can get the value of a y. So let me write down this as in the form of a phi of x is equal to. So which we can write it as f of x minus. This is a term here now. So f of x minus. Now I will write down the first term is a1 of x. This is a1 plus integration a to x phi of t dt. Plus what is the next term we have? Actually we are taking on the other side. So it will be minus a to x. Next term is a naught plus a1 x minus a plus integration a to x x minus t phi of t dt. Okay, so we have written this equation in the form of phi of x is equal to. Now what we will do, we will keep all the terms which are not involving with the integration. Okay, this is a term which involves the integration. This is also one term which involves the integration. So we will write down all the terms which are not involving with the integration. So first term is f of x minus a1 of x into a1. This is the first term, plus this term is involving with the integration, minus next term, this is with a2x. What we have next is here a naught minus this is what a2x a1 x minus a, right, plus now we will write down the terms with integration. Okay, what we have in the integration, this is with minus a1x. Okay, this term with integration of a to x I of t dt, plus what is the next term we have here, as it is with negative sign, minus a to x. What we have the term is integration a to x. This term I will write x minus t 5 of t dt. Okay, so here we have written the terms with the integration and without integration. So just we are doing the simplifications, nothing else. Okay, so okay, what is a common in this integration is this integration with respect to t, as well as this phi of t is common in these two integrations, right? And here we cannot do anything for these terms, right? Because we don't know what is a1, a2, what is f of x. So we'll keep them as it is only, right? This is what simply f of x minus a1 of x into a1 plus it is negative a2 of x, inside the bracket we have it is a naught plus a1 into x minus a. This is in one bracket plus what we will do, we will find out the integration outside. So it is integration a to x, and what is a common term we have, phi of t dt. Now what we remains in the bracket is minus a1 of ax, correct? What is there in the second one, minus a2 of x into x minus t. Or in another way, you can keep it as positive, or you can have the negative sign will be outside, correct? Now if you remember, we have one form, say phi of x is equals to, or how many types of equation we have seen, that I will give you. So here we can have g of x into y of x is equals to capital F of x plus lambda integration a to x k of x t phi of t or y of t dt. Okay. Now we have to verify from all those forms, whatever the forms we have seen. 9 forms we have seen, including homogeneous and non-homogeneous. It is total 11 types of differential types of integral equation we have seen. Now we have to verify in which type this equation fits. Okay. So instead of having this y of x, we have phi of x, right? So if you can see here, there is no any term other than phi of x. So which we can assume that the value of g of x is 1, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके. सो यहाँ पे अगर phi of x को छोड़ के कोई और टर्म होता तो हम g of x का कुछ फंक्शन है ऐसे अज्यूम कर सकते थे ना. So if g of x is 1, it means that we are coming to our second kind. Okay, second kind of Volterra integral equation. Why it is Volterra? Because upper limit is variable, right? Now we can have what is the value of f of x. Okay, what are the terms except the integration? This is your f of x. So in this case, this whole bracket is nothing but your f of x. It is some function in x. You can see small f of x is also function in x, a1 of x, a2 of x, and a1 of x minus a. All these terms involve some constant and some function in x. So this whole term we can rename it as capital F of x. Okay. So in this case we are getting value of g of x is 1. So we can reduce to second kind of Volterra integral equation. Now we have to verify what are the values of f of x. Okay. So first we have found the value of f of x plus next term. What we have to find out is next we have to find out the value of a lambda. Now you can see here, if I am writing this as minus 1 and here I will write down plus. So what will be the value of lambda in this case?
-1.
Okay, so here we get the value of a lambda is minus 1 and capital F of x is this whole bracket we can write. Okay, so here this will be whole bracket and what will be the value of k of xt? Phi of t को छोड़ के जो भी होगा आपका k of xt होगा ना. So instead of having y of t, we have phi of t. So whatever the terms remaining after keeping y of t as it is, we can have whatever the terms in the integration, we can keep it as k of xt is equals to, it will be some function in x and t. So it is a1 of x plus a2 of x into x minus t. So here we found the values of f of x, lambda, and it is Volterra integral equation. And as there is no term after phi of x here, so it will be g of x is equal to 1, which means that it is Volterra integral equation of a second kind with the function capital F of x is this whole bracket and value of lambda is minus 1 plus k of x t is a1 of x plus a2 of x into x minus t. Okay. Let me start with the first one once again. What you have to do is we have to convert initial value problem to Volterra integral equation. So one differential equation is given to us, second order differential equation. General differential equation is there and we have some initial conditions. With the help of those, we have to find out solution of this differential equation by using integration method, not by using our usual method. Okay. So what you have to do in this, I told you already that there are some another ways also to convert IVP to Volterra, but we will follow one method so can we so that we can have a not a confusion for writing in the examination, right? I double dash is equal to phi of x. We will assume that means it will be some function in x. Okay. So after having a value of y double dash from equation one, let us find out the value of y dash and y. What you have to do if I want to find out the value of y dash and y, you have to just integrate these equations. So after integration, I get the value of y dash, and you have to use the initial conditions y dash of a is equal to a1. Similarly, again integrating and by using the formula for conversion of a multiple integration to single integration, we can have equation phi, which is nothing but the value of a y of x. Now, all these equation 3, 4, 5, you have to use in equation 1 so that we can find out the solution. And hence, we can get the solution in this form by using some adjustment and putting the terms with the integration, non-integration, and taking the terms of integration common. And now this equation, whatever we have obtained, we have to verify in which type it will fit. Okay. So we have to go back to our 9 forms and we have to verify. First, you have to see what are the limits of integration. If they are a to b, then it will be Fredol. If it is a to x, it will be Volterra. So if you verify first limit, then you can have out of all those 9 forms, you can reduce to 3 forms. Okay. And then you have to check the values of g. After checking the value of g, you will get the result. ओके. हो तर म्हणा नाहीतर म्हणा परत एकदा सांगू का तुमची 4th सेमिस्टर आहे.
Yes, ma'am.
बाकीचे सगळे शांत आहेत. कुठे गेले
Yes,
माहित नाही.
ma'am. We are getting.
आहेत ना?
Yes, ma'am.
चालू करून गेलेत.
No, ma'am. We are here.
गुड. बाकीचे लोकांना काही संबंध नाही. 2-3 लोक बोलतात, बाकीचे मस्त आरामात. काय बडबड करतात रोज हे लोक म्हणायचं नाही का. ओके. So now let us go for one example. If you want to write, you can also write this example. Now I am going to give this example to solve to you people because we have only method example in this. Actually, your whole 4th semester is with method example only because your major in integration itself involve the theory. Otherwise, if you see OR, it is also having method example, game method, simplex method, and after that we have game theory, and after that PD में भी सभी example है Lagrange's method. फिर उसके बाद second order PD, how to solve second order PD, इसमें भी example है. Integral equation, obviously it will consist of examples only. Numerical analysis, it is also examples only. Which have first में क्या है हमारा bisection method and Newton-Raphson method, secant method. After that we have Simpson's 1/3, 3/8 rule, and then interpolation. All these things, right? So this whole 4 papers are consisting of examples only. So your 4th semester is very easy because integral equation के examples तो solve करने की भी जरूरत है. As I told you that whenever you are going to see the lecture seriously, अभी भी जो आपके friends seriously lectures नहीं कर रहे, at least उनको बोलो कि आपको integral equation पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर आप seriously lecture attend करते हो तो example को भी practice की जरूरत नहीं है, बहुत easy examples है. Numerical analysis, no doubt we need some practice, and for PD, obviously we need some practice to find out the multipliers. Okay. I hope sir is taking you examples of those equation, but for PD you need a practice if you want to solve the example because it cannot be possible always to have a multipliers very easily. First multipliers मिल जाएंगे आपको, second नहीं मिलेगी. For OR also we need not no doubt we need a practice, but we need a careful study, right? वो टेबल तैयार करोगे तभी आपको इजीली सॉल्व करने आएगा एग्जांपल्स, राइट? और एमआई का तो ऑब्वियसली इट इज कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ थियरी, ओनली थ्योरम्स आर देयर, राइट? सो दोज नो डाउट आपका एमसीक्यू एग्जाम होने की वजह से आपका नियर अबाउट सब लोग फर्स्ट क्लास हो गए हो, बट स्टिल अगर किसी का फर्स्ट क्लास नहीं हुआ है तो ये लास्ट चांस है आपको आपका क्लास कवर करने का, अदरवाइज फिर बाद में आप आओगे कि हमको क्या बोलते हो, इम्प्रूवमेंट का फॉर्म भरना पड़ेगा, फिर उसके बाद आपको आपके मार्क्स इंक्रीज होंगे, एग्जाम देना पड़ेगा, पेपर सिलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. सो दिस इज अ लास्ट चांस दोज हु आर नॉट हैविंग अ फर्स्ट क्लास. 60 to 65% marks at least are more than sufficient, no? At least you should have near about 60 or 65 marks. uh, so for that, what is a condition? You should cover this. अगर आप अब तक नहीं कवर किए हो, आपके फ्रेंड्स को भी बताओ कि अगर कवर करना है तो ये सभी लेक्चर सीरियसली करो, और ये चारों पेपर बहुत इजी है, सिर्फ एग्जाम्पल सॉल्व करना है. जस्ट लाइक इन 12th स्टैंडर्ड वी हैव सॉल्व मेनी एग्जाम्पल्स. So you have to cover here only. For integral equation, I guaranteed that if you are going to do seriously lectures, it may you may get 100 marks. Or for numerical also near about 90 marks you can get. And for PD, I don't know exactly how much exactly आप कितना कर पाओगे, the multipliers and all, because for second order differential, second order PD, it is somewhat difficult to solve. Okay, so at that time you can have near about 80 marks and OR also 80. So you can cover your class here, right? So now let us go for the examples of this method. Okay, what is a method? We have to convert IVP to Volterra integral equation. Okay. So convert the following problem into integral equation. Let me write down y double dash plus y is equals to 0. Next, y of 0 is 0, y dash of 0 is 0. See, I am telling you, you should write down with me also itself, because I am going to give you some examples to solve here only. Okay. So what is a method we have followed? First, we have renamed our y double dash as some another function. Y double dash is equal to some phi of x we have renamed. This is what an equation 3 we have obtained. Okay. So after that, what we have done, we have found the integration. Okay, integrating equation 3 with respect to t within the limits a to x. Whatever we have done for a method, we have to follow the same procedure. Okay, so here we get the integration is y. Can I write directly? Instead of having y double dash, after integration we can have y dash of x or y dash of t within the limits a to x. It is equals to integration a to x phi of t dt. Right. So what we have it is, and now what is the value of a we have obtained? Value of a is 0. No, that is nothing but a value of x. Right. Initially we have y of a is a naught in our method. Y dash of a is a1. Okay, so what is the value of a in this case is 0. So now integration within limit 0 to x. So now we can have y dash of x minus y dash of 0, which is equals to integration 0 to x phi of t dt. Okay, what is the value of y dash of 0? We have both values are 0, no? Y of 0 is 0, y dash of 0 is also 0. Y of x is equal to, as it is 0, we can write directly it is 0 to x phi of t dt, which is equation 4, right? Now let us go for next one, because if you can see here, we need only value of y double dash and value of y. So for finding a value of y, we can integrate equation 4 once again with respect to t within the limit a to x. So after integration of this, again I will write down directly it is y of t. If you are going to integrate, it will be y of t within the limit a to x. What is a in this case is 0. So you can write here integration is within the limit 0 to x, which is equals to 0 to x, 0 to x, phi of t dt. Okay, now it is nothing but y of x minus y of 0 is equal to, what do you mean by this one? This is nothing but by using our multiple integration to single integration, it will be x minus t raised to 2 minus 1, as it is a 2 times integration, divided by n minus 1, which means that it is 2 minus 1 factorial, and this phi of t as it is dt. By using the formula for multiple integration to single integration, we can get the result. While writing in the exam, you should write down this multiple integration formula: y of t dt is equal to integration x minus t raised to n minus 1 divided by n minus 1 factorial y of t dt. By using multiple this formula, we can have. Now, what are the initial conditions given to us? Y of 0 is 0 and y dash of 0 is 0. So this will be 0. It is equal to integration 0 to x minus t. So what is the value of 2 minus 1? This is 1, and 2 minus 1 factorial, 1 factorial is nothing but 1. And hence now this is what equation 5. Now what you have to do, you have to rename, you have to re-put this equation. It is 3, 4 and 5. You have to put it in equation 1. Okay. Rather we are not interested in 4. So what is our equation is actually y double dash plus y is equals to 0. What is the value of y double dash we have assumed is phi of x, plus what is the value of y we have obtained is 0 to x minus t phi of t dt, correct, which is equal to 0. Now what we have to do now, as we have followed the method, we have to write the equation in the form of phi of x is equals to, which is equal to 0 to x minus t phi of t dt. Now out of all those 11 form, you have to tell me that in which form we got the solution.
It's homogeneous Volterra equation.
Right, homogeneous as well as it is Volterra, plus you should verify which kind. G of x is 1, no? There is no term other than phi of x here. So if
Second
G
kind.
1 and f of x is 0, and what is the value of lambda is 1. Sorry, here it should be k of xt, no? General form. So what is k of xt we have? It is x minus t and phi of t dt. As we can write in the exam also, you have to write. So here we get g of x is 1 and we get f of x is 0. There is no term na here. Integration, without integration कोई भी term नहीं है. So f of x is 0. Lambda is 1. यहाँ पे हम consider कर सकते हैं lambda. And what we get the value of k of xt, which is some function in x and t, which is x minus t. Whatever the term we have except phi of t. So in this way, we can have, this is a homogeneous Volterra integral equation of a second kind. Okay. So what we have done, we have just use our whatever the method we have seen, y double dash plus y is equal to 0. What you have to do, y double dash we have to substitute. After that, we have to use the integration. And then we have to use again integration so that we can find out the value of y of x. And let us put up all those equation in equation 1, that is a given equation, and hence the result. Now you can write down this, and then afterwards I will give you the examples to solve. You are not allowed to leave the meeting. मोनाली बाबर लेफ्ट झाले बघा काही स्टुडंट. सॉल्व करायचे ते एक्झाम्पल 2 लेक्चर आहेत.
Ma'am, scroll down. I'm sure. Show the sums, ma'am.
मॅम तिसरं एक्झाम्पल सांगा.
एक्झाम्पल
तिसरं.
तिसरं काय झालं?
हा हा आता दिसतंय.
Ma'am, first is Volterra equation, which is non-homogeneous.
Volterra integral equation non-homogeneous. Okay. Now you have to tell me the values of um, that lambda phi of x, f of x, k of x t.
Lambda is 1. F of x is 6x minus 5.
Correct.
And k of xt is 5 minus 6 times x minus t.
Correct. Anyone else got the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Solve the second one also. If you have solved, now you have a choice. I will solve one example from these. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So whatever the examples you are able to see on the screen, there are 6 examples are there. And these are sufficient if you want to work for the exam. So which one I should solve? Or rather you will solve every example.
Yes, ma'am. We will try.
Okay. Solve it here only, no homework.
Okay, ma'am.
Fourth one, Shweta Bonge is saying. I think you are saying about this y double dash minus 3y dash plus 2y is equal to 4 sin x, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope you have completed second one, everyone. झाला का सगळ्यांचं second example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you should tell me what is form and what is lambda, k of xt and f of x.
Ma'am, it is again non-homogeneous Volterra equation
Yes. Next.
with f of x, x minus sin x plus e raised to x into x minus 1.
Okay.
And k of xt sin x minus e raised to x into x minus t.
What about lambda?
Lambda is 1.
Okay. Whether everyone got the same answer or is there any difference?
f of x चेंज आहे मॅडम.
एफ ऑफ एक्स मध्ये थोडा गडबड
x
झाली.
मायनस साइन x मायनस e रेज टू x प्लस x e रेज टू x.
Ma'am, e raised to x common काढलो मी.
Good. So it is minus 1 plus x. E raised to x, if you take common, it will be minus 1 plus x, and next it is minus sin x and plus x. Okay, I will write down f of x for the second example. So minus. यू हैव टू वेरीफाई वो सिर्फ प्लस और माइनस में कुछ डिफरेंस होगा क्योंकि किसी ने x कॉमन नो सॉरी समटाइम्स स्टूडेंट में टेक e raised to x कॉमन so that is also possible. Okay, you have to verify for this second example, this is f of x, lambda is 1, k of xt is sin x minus e raised to x in the bracket x minus t. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have solved the second example, let me go for the fourth example. And this example I will solve. So what you have to do, first we have to substitute y double dash is equals to some phi of x. Actually, I don't have a symbol of phi of x. Okay, this is what our number 3. If you are going to rename these equations, this is what equation 1 and 2. Y double dash is equals to some phi of x. What we have to do now, we have to find out the integration. Okay, so after finding the integration, what will be the value? Because what are the values of a is nothing but 0. Correct? So after integration, what will be the resultant term? It will be y dash of x is equals to y dash of x, within the limits, within the limits 0 to x.
So it is y dash of x only.
Y dash of t within the limits 0 to x is equal to, what will be the term is equal to, the term will involve integration of phi of x, correct? I also don't have a symbol of integration. ये actually notepad है, so यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं हो सकता. So integration of this term we have to do, integration of phi of x. Next, what you have to do? We have to find out y dash of x. No, after putting the limits, it will be y dash of x minus y dash of 0. Right, what is the value for y dash of 0? It is minus 2, which is equals to, again the same term, integration of phi of x. Let me write down as integration of phi of x. Next, what is the value of y dash of 0 we have is minus 2. So we can write this as y dash of x plus 2 is equals to, which is integration of the same term, right? So here we get the value of y dash is nothing but minus 2 plus integration of phi of x, correct? So in this way, now what we have to find out the value of a y also. So what we have to do, again we have to find out the integration of phi dash. That is nothing but your equation 4, right? So after writing, we can write this as y dash of x is equals to minus 2 plus integration of phi of x. Right, this is what our equation 4. Now again we have to do integration. Again we can get the value. Now I will write directly this as y of x minus y of 0, as a is 0 in this case, is equals to, now minus 2 will be constant outside, so I will keep this as minus 2 outside, and after doing the integration of dt it will be t within the limits 0 to x, so it will be simply x, correct? t लिहिणार, त्याच्यानंतर त्याचे लिमिट्स पुटअप करायचे 0 to x, so that will be simply x plus what will be the term plus, we have to do double integration within the limit a to x of phi of x. Right. So what is the value of y of 0 we have?
1, ma'am.
Okay, it is y of 0 is 1. So just put up here and then we have to re-put in our equation 1 and you will get the result. Okay. Is there any problem for solving these type of example?
No, ma'am.
इजी इंटीग्रेशन है ना, हम जो आई थिंक 12th में जो किया था उससे भी बहुत इजी है.
Ma'am, scroll down to the sums, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Mhm.
Ma'am, to understand what is the kind of information. Hello.
Yes, yes.
मैम वो समझने के लिए कि इक्वेशन कौन सा टाइप है, वो हमें वो जो आपको कल सिखाया था उससे कंपेयर करना है.
हाँ, ऑब्वियसली आपने जो 9 फॉर्म्स लिए ना उसमें से कंपेयर करना पड़ेगा. I will share you the notes, whatever the notes we have. I will share the notes so that you can understand which form we have to verify.
Okay, ma'am.
Later on, I will share. Because still, I haven't made the PDF of that. So simply, you can write the value of lambda and all. I hope you are knowing the general form. What is a general form? G of x into y of x is equals to capital F of x plus lambda integration a to x if it is Volterra k of x t y of t dt. And
Yes,
then g of x if it is 0 it is first kind, g of x is 1 second kind, and g of x non-zero it is third kind. Upper limit variable it is Volterra, upper limit constant then it is predominant.
okay, ma'am.
Everyone should solve those sums here only. See, now I will ask any student from the present to answer the questions. Okay. I hope you have solved a third example. झाला क्या थर्ड एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करून?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If yes, let me ask anyone which is not active. Monali Babar left the meeting. हाँ नेहा लवटे आहेत का प्रेझेंट? हाँ झाला का थर्ड एक्झाम्पल?
नाही
का?
नाही चालू
रामेश्वरी गायकवाड आहेत का प्रेझेंट? रामेश्वरी गायकवाड. I think she started a meeting and she left somewhere. Pankaj More.
हा झाले मॅम सर.
हाँ कुठला एक्झाम्पल झाला?
वाय डबल डॅश मायनस साइन एक्स ते झाले. त्यानंतर वाय डबल डॅश प्लस एक्स वाय इज इक्वल टू 1 हे झाले.
ओके गुड.
लॅमडा इज इक्वल टू -1 एफ ऑफ एक्स 1 क्यू ऑफ एक्स टी इक्वल टू एक्स मायनस टी.
Okay. We will verify with other students and I will answer the question, answer this all question.
Ma'am, that the question y double dash plus xy equal to 1, in that lambda is coming to be x. Is it possible?
Let me check what is the example y double dash plus xy. Actually lambda will be -1. What you have to do, this -1 you have to keep outside and inside the bracket, rather inside of integration you have to take x into x minus t.
Yes, okay, ma'am.
For that example, that is y double dash plus xy is equals to 1. The third example, the answers is f of x is 1, lambda is -1, k of xt is x square minus xt, or you can write x common and x minus t. And which type it will be, as it is Volterra. So it is non-homogeneous since f of x is 1 and g of x is also 1, so it is of second kind.
Ma'am, which one to solve next?
You can solve any example. A whole example you have to solve here only. We have 2 lectures.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
In that example, y double dash plus y equals to 1. In that, ma'am, lambda is coming to be x. What should we do? Once again, can you tell?
So lambda is -1 actually. What you have to do? You have to keep minus sign outside. जो भी x आपका है ना वो आप इंटीग्रेशन के अंदर ले लो क्योंकि इंटीग्रेशन विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू t है ना
Yes, ma'am.
treated as constant. So what will be your k of xt, or rather the term inside the integration will be x into x minus t
Yes, ma'am. X into x minus t dt.
phi of t dt.
हाँ, yes, ma'am.
So I hope you understood now that there is no need of practice for this type of example. बरोबर ना?
Yes, ma'am.
So you should be concentrate in your lecture so that you can concentrate whatever the time you require for this paper preparation. You can give it for major integration. Because major and integration is a theory paper and it is somewhat difficult to understand. So hence you can utilize that time of studying this integral equation you can give for major and integration. सभी एग्जाम्पल सभी मेथड ऐसे ही है, बहुत ईजी है. I think in whole paper hardly we have 10 theorems. Okay, I hope everyone should write down the example and solve it, and you can discuss in yourself also. Or rather, I can give the answers in the next lecture. Okay. लिहून घ्या सगळ्यांनी ते क्वेश्चन्स आणि सॉल्व करा. Still you have half an hour to solve this example because next lecture will be at 1:30. Okay, if you have written the examples, let me end the lecture. You can leave and you can rejoin the lecture at 1:30. जो भी lecture होगा आपका तभी join कर सकते हो और सभी example solve करो within half an hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.